Well, Yieldmo has been in business for almost 10 years. About 6 years ago, we decided to begin on the road of building our own targeting and optimization capability, even though the industry was heavily reliant upon cookies. We started building a cookieless approach to targeting and optimization, uh, mainly because we had a lot of unique data that others didn't have, and we thought it lent itself well to being turned into a targeting and optimization system. About 6 years ago, we made the decision to invest in data infrastructure at a level that I think few of our size would ever commit to. We spent about $25 million in the last 6 years just on the infrastructure required to collect trillions and trillions of data events every month. We're one of the few companies in the world that does that, and it provides for a wealth of opportunities.
So, Mike, cookies, are going away. They're not going away necessarily immediately. The identifiers are going away on Apple, but not necessarily on Android. What's the need for kind of a cookieless system, and kind of what is how do you see that developing?
Well, right now, only about half of all inventory is addressable using a cookie. Now, if you take a step back and you think about that, that means that this entire industry, all the apparatus that revolves around this industry, it's mainly meant to target cookies. So the billions and billions and billions of dollars that get generated every month by hundreds or thousands of companies are all fashioned around, all targeting a subset of all users in the United States and globally. And so right now, that entire industry revolves around merely half of all adults in the United States and globally. A lot of the people that use iPhones, for instance, are not in that target set. They tend to be among the most coveted from a demographic standpoint. Yet most marketers can't reach them. And so, when Google eventually does decide to sunset or deprecate the cookie, which is coming in the next, say, 18 to 24 months, we believe that the addressability will go from 50-50 to about 20%, which means the non-addressable portion of the market will be about 80%. And that's not sustainable, of course. And so brands and agencies and advertisers are going to have to start testing and experimenting with other types of systems, whether they be privacy compliance systems, meaning systems that are not meant to skirt the regulations and rule changes, or try to find alternative identifiers that they believe in and trust. But even those systems are, in essence, a cat and mouse game and may not withstand scrutiny over time.
So, Mike, tell us sort of what your approach is. What is the Yieldmo approach? What the technology is? Kind of explain. What your offering is.
Yeah, so Yieldmo has decided many years ago to start collecting data in a very unique way. So we're one of the few supply side optimization companies that has built its own targeting and optimization system. And so most SSPs do not provide targeting and optimization because most of their customers come with their own form of targeting. But we decided to invest in it as a parallel system to the systems that our customers use. And what we do is we basically take the entire open web and we break that open web up by page and by URL, and we collect a bunch of information that a lot of other companies like Moat or IAS or DV360 collect, but we also collect dozens and dozens of different kinds of events every 200 milliseconds that we believe no one else in the world collects. And all that data gets organized in very interesting ways and then gets fed into machine learning models that best correlate to the KPIs of all advertisers that spend money in this marketplace.
Great. And finally, Mike, tell us sort of what's on your roadmap. What do you think we'll see the next 12 to 18 months from Yieldmo?
What you're going to see us do is build privacy compliant marketplaces for publishers and advertisers that are outcomes driven, KPI driven, and that help improve performance by, on average, 80 to 100%, which means that we can actually improve performance for really any advertiser that buys programmatically or any publisher that sells their inventory programmatically by 80 to 100% using our method versus the standard methods.